Coming up, the Rams and 49ers are set to square off. San Francisco swept LA for the second straight season and looks for their 9th win in their last 12 meetings. It's NFC West football, next on Monday night.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they come in just in an absolute free-fall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this? We've got to be better than what we've shown.
Starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down. To throw is Stafford.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. Off of play action, here's Stafford. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Again, it's Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it.
And he is going to have a Rams first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. They'll run on first down with Akers.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
From the 17, Stafford. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And the Rams are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the fourth quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this first quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up first and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Akers. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Cam Akers.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told.
And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The return man, Wilson. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo runs over it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
That's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 3 catches last week. He's got 3 in the first quarter here tonight.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on him. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Throwing now is Garoppolo.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
On second and goal, Garoppolo looking end zone, but it's incomplete. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the three.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his sixth touchdown of the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Jackson now to return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away. And they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded just inside the 20. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end Kittle. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down.
They got a completion there. That's clearly an example. One side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, very, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Sebastian Joseph who got him down defensively. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over it from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
From the 44. Stafford, he's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, and don't fumble the football.
And really a nice job there to make something out of that run, sidestepping defenders for a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Gonna run the sweep here. This is Cup. The Rams on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll try the air now with Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. Well, you're not going to hear Jimmy Garoppolo mentioned among the strongest arms in the league, but that doesn't mean he can't beat you with a long one. To throw is Garoppolo. He'll swing this out to Mostert. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. Here's Mostert. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll run with Mostert. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Third and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more. Garoppolo looks to throw. Touchdown! Kyle Juszczyk as the first half is winding down. And the Niners have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Jackson now to return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First target, first catch, and a first down. They hand it off to Mostert, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Stafford finding Jefferson there. First down, L.A. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, his 4th touchdown on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Rams offense cashes in for 6. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Now it's Wilson. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
There he goes, right side.
Touchdown,
49ers. Raheem Mostert, 77 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, Raheem Mostert, we know the story, from special teamer to postseason hero. All he needs is a little bit of space, CD, and he can do the rest.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to it. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
Yeah, he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 60 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. K'Wan Williams, the one that got him down. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Here's Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Stafford to Higbee there. Rams 1st down.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation. Let him sneak his way across. Coming back underneath. Put it in his hands. Let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. Stafford on 1st down. Going up top for Kupp. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. To throw is Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings it down. Stafford is sacked. DJ Jones The defensive tackle getting in there for a loss of 5.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw complete here to Ayuk.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll run right side with Mostert.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted.
Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Here comes Ayuk on the jet sweep.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception returned for a Rams touchdown. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field, and can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a 1-score game here in the 4th.
Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick 6. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw.
That swung out to Mostert.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender and work to the defense's advantage on that play.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Stafford now to throw. Airing it out deep for Woods. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing.